Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I go live on Facebook. It'll take just 1 second here. And I think we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody, welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader. I am Sami Abusad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well, hope you're having a nice weekend. We're gonna go over some swing ideas. We're going to go over the market, but before we do that, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss today is for educational purposes only. If you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, link for that is in the description below the video. But without further ado, let's turn on the charts and let's get started. I copied and pasted the watch list that I'm going to go over. It's kind of long today into the description, so you wouldn't have to type it up. I have some amazing ideas, some amazing watches for next week. If you find benefit in today's video and you'd like to help support the T3 Live channel, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps us out a lot. The Qs is started to look a little weak on the hourly chart, maybe due for a pullback, maybe on the Qs, but I have given up trying to predict the top. And I haven't just given up. I have given up a long time ago trying to predict the top when I know the market is just grinding up. Okay, when it's grinding up, even if you predict, even if you're right, oh, this is the top, it comes in for a day or two and then goes back up. I only wanna try and predict the top when I start to see acceleration, like we had in September of last year. A run up and then an accelerated run up. So you're going at 70 miles an hour and then you start to go up at 90 miles an hour. So it starts to speed up and separate away from that 20 period moving average. That's when you can look at the chart and say, okay, if we take out the prior bars low, this is probably the top. But when the market is just grinding up slowly and surely, like it has been, what did I just do? Okay, there we go. When it's grinding up like this, it is foolish to try and predict the top. So I'm going to stay bullish for next week, knowing that the Qs might be pulling back a little bit. The SPY does not look like it's going to pull back at all. And I don't have the IWM on the list. Let's take a look at it. Actually, the IWM looks higher a little bit. Notice how the moving average now, the 20 period moving average is underpriced. So, it looks a little higher to retest the all-time high around 235 or so. The sector that looks really higher is the financials. XLF broke out on Friday. As you can see, it's a weekly pullback to that 20 period moving average. So financials look really good. So bias should be bullish, at least on the SPY. The Q is a little bit neutral and the financials really bullish. Okay, let's take a look. The market is not interesting, has not really been interesting for a long time now. What I mean by interesting, I mean I don't see anything new happening. It's just more of the same. Okay, what's more interesting are the swing ideas for next week. BCRX had a gap down on Thursday on earnings. The gap down got bought and now has a 1-2-3. So I like it long over 1850, stop under 1730. Beautiful 1-2-3 breakout. BGCP had a weekly pull, so it's a daily pullback or a daily downtrend, but it's a weekly buy setup. So, and I like it higher as a 1-2-3 long over 578, stop under 558, 20 cent stop. Target the prior high. Pretty high reward to risk. Really high reward to risk. BIIB already an open play. It has a weekly buy setup. See it? But I like it more if it can take out Friday's high. I don't know why the chart's not coming up. Here it is. Not Friday's high, Wednesday's high. 342.80. Let's say 343. Like it to 372. This bar's high. Okay, so I like the BIIB. BTU, coal. Who would have thought, right? Really bullish, has a base breakout on the daily chart, long, and stop right here. So the entry for this would be over 1252, stop under 1088, huge stop, but the target is bigger still. The target is the 200 MA, around $18-19 on the weekly chart. So again, who would have thought coal would be so bullish, but it is. And now cryptocurrency related stuff is looking good. Coinbase has a 123, so long over 264, stop under 250.23, and target is the prior high around $300. It's like 303, I think, 302 maybe, but around, let's say, $300. So long, stop, and target, okay, on the coin. There's a couple other things that look good. I mean, anything Bitcoin related looks good. Look at Mara, that looks good, higher to the all-time high, to 55, but for now at least I would say to 39.68 on Mara. Mara's stronger than Riot, but Riot doesn't look bad either. It's just that I would rather go with Mara than Riot. This looks higher to about 40, and then Master MSTR looks good too. Looks just as good as Riot, if not better. Long over Friday's high, target is around, well, let's check, this bar's high is around 882. Entries over this bar's high, which is 751, stop under 701, and target is around 875, 882 to be exact. I already called Bitcoin last week. I was just looking at the chart, Bitcoin, before I got on the mic. Here it is. I already called this buy setup in the newsletter at $2,000 risk, so it's up over $4,000 per coin. So that's pretty nice. If you took that play with me last week, congratulations. I'm holding it. I'm looking to hold it long term, so I'm not getting out, but I know it's starting to pull back. It got to 45,300 last night, I believe, 45,363, and is already pulling back. There's two ways to deal with it. As a swing trade, you can just take it because it rallied really hard to the 200 MA and is starting to pull back. Another way is to trade it bar by bar, which means tonight at 8 o'clock East Coast time, you'd raise the stop under this bar's low, under today's low on the daily chart. The third way is what I'm looking to do is to hold it long term. Okay, is to not worry about giving it back as long as it doesn't take out 3750, 37,500. Then should be okay. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so anything Bitcoin related, it looks good to me. So coin, MSTR, Mara, Riot. I'm not going to go over the MSTR. It's on the list because I already did. Okay, so anything Bitcoin related looks good. Okay, we talked about the BCRX 123. We talked about the BGCP weekly buy setup and a daily 123. We talked about the BIIB weekly buy setup. We talked about the BTU daily breakout. Has room to about $18-19. We talked about coin. Let's talk about Geo. Prison stock. Looks good. It triggered already Friday, but didn't follow through. I like it higher if it can take out 781. Stop under 745. Has room to $11. So I really like the hourly chart on the Geo as an hourly base breakout. See it? Just needs to take out 781. Stop right here. Okay, like it a lot. On Geo, LSPD had a reported earnings on Thursday, gapped up, okay, and has a 123. So long over this bar's high, $98. Stop under 94.68 on LSPD. MGM. Okay, so I have something interesting to share with you. Check it out. MGM just reminded me of it. I know the virus thing is back in the news. Delta variant, okay, is back in the news, but do I think it's the time to not Mara, Moderna? Do I think it's the time to get in to Moderna mRNA or BNTX, or do I think it's more time to get into the casinos, MGM, which has a 123, LVS, Win is already moved up a lot on Thursday, and better yet, cruise lines, CCL and CLH. So again, do I think it's time to get into the go out stocks or into the stay at home vaccine stocks. I think it's more time. It's probably better to look into getting into casino stocks, cruise lines, but I especially like the casino stocks. I especially like the casino stocks right now. And it's probably time to find the top on the vaccine stock. I could be wrong. BNTX reports on Monday, by the way. Okay. The hourly chart looked a little bit too bullish going into the close on Monday, but that wide range bar, big volume bar, could very well end up being the top if we gap down on Monday, meaning the long-term top on BNTX. The same with Moderna. I keep wanting to say Marina because it's mRNA. That is Moderna. That very well could have been the top on actually Thursday. And so it's more of a short than a long to me. If we can break under this bar's low, which is Friday's low, 393.60, I like it short. I like maybe the BNTX slightly more because it's still at the prior high, hasn't pulled back much, and it's got a much bigger wide range bar and much bigger volume bar relative to the prior bars. So I like that a lot more as a short, and then I like MGM as a 1, 2, 3 long. I like it, to be honest. I like it a lot more than the LVS and the WIN. But I also like, I think Playa, which is not on the list, has a 1, 2, 3. SeaWorld, SES, I believe. SeaWorld is really bullish, close to the all-time high. What else on here? Yeah, here it is, SeaWorld. What else on here is a go out stock? I guess those are the two for now. But I also like PENN. I think the PENN bottomed. I feel very sure that the PENN, which is another casino stock, bottomed. Long stop right here, but that would be a really big stop. So can also put it right there, except that you'd be more likely to get shaken out. Look at the monthly on the PENN. I mean, tell me this is the time to actually short it. No, it's not. Already dropped from 140 to $60 to the rising 20 on the monthly. It's more likely the time to get in it long. So I forgot about the PENN. I'm going to make a note for myself to look at it after the video to see if I want to play it myself or not on the PENN. Okay? So we talked about the go out stocks. We talked about the vaccine stocks. Microsoft and Google, by the way, look higher. Apple is a little shaky. Tesla's starting to pull back. But look at Microsoft. Look, Google is not on the list because I like Microsoft more. But look at Microsoft. Daily base breakout over the all-time high, and the stop would be under the base. Now, I don't want to try and figure out the exact number for you all the time because it slows me down. It takes longer, but basically the prior low, whatever the lowest point is under that base. So this is 282.95. Let's check over here. Yeah, it's under 282.95, and the entry would be above the all-time high, which is 290. It looks like 290. Okay. So that's Microsoft. Looks higher long term. C's we talked about is a 1, 2, 3. Now, to make the list really confusing here, we got SENS and then SESN both on the list. And they both look really good. I like them a lot. I like this as a weekly buy setup, daily breakout. So the entry for this would be over the base, stop right here, and target right there. Okay, target 1 maybe, and then target 2 around 450. Okay, on the SENS, on the SENS. Okay, on the SENS. Weekly buy setup. On the SESN, already triggered the weekly buy setup, has a daily 1, 2, 3. Long, stop, and target. Beautiful. Like them a lot. The SESN and the SENS. Now, SOFI has a transition A on the daily chart. It triggered already on Friday, but I hesitated, didn't take it, and I like it still higher if it can take out Friday's high. Look at the hourly chart. Beautiful. Friday's high, which would be 1694. Stop would be under 1588. Okay? And has plenty of room. Honestly, has room to $20. Maybe, maybe even 21 something. Basically, $21. Exactly. Okay? So it has a lot of room. SRPT reported earnings on Thursday, gapped up. Has a 1, 2, 3. So I like it a lot. Higher over 80, 12. Stop under 76.50. It's got two targets. One would be the prior high at $90, which would be enough reward to risk. If you want to really look for a bigger target, the 200 MA on the daily chart, that red line. Entry, stop. So it has plenty of R to R, reward to risk. That's the SRPT. SSSS, 4 S's, had a, look at this, really bearish base, a gap down, bearish base, broke down, and then the gap up on earnings fixed it all, reversed all of this. So it has a 1, 2, 3, like it a lot, over 15.50, stop under 13.87, and the target would be around $15.50 to $16, let's just say. So not the highest reward to risk, but not too bad either. Okay, on the 4 S's. TEDU, or TEDU, climactic buy setup, was a buyout, and then it fell through. Looks like it totally fell through. This was a buyout, and then it fell through. Like it as a climactic buy setup over $1.38, $1.37, but let's just say give it a couple cents above, over $1.40. Stop would be under $1.25, and target about 190 or so, the prior high. Okay, on the TEDU. UPST a little bit sloppy, but has a daily base breakout, long, stop, and target about 180. So it has about $40 to target, and the stop looks like it's not a small stop. Looks like it's about $15. Okay, so that's the bullish list, and I picked a few from the list. So if you're a subscriber, feel free to log on to your account, to your T3 Live account, and you'll see which plays I put in that account already. I created orders for already in my TradeStation account. So I picked a bunch of plays because I like the list a lot for tomorrow. Now the shorts. Shorts, I have more than these few, but it's already a long video, so let's just keep it. Let's keep it to these. Stick with these. A BCOV or BCOV looks good short. It needs to take out Thursday's low, short, and stop. Okay, looks beautiful. I don't know what the target is. We'd have to look at the. I just opened up. I just zoomed out a little bit. I was gonna say we'd have to look at the weekly or the monthly chart, but the target should be around $10. Okay, on the BCOV, looks good, looks very good. BNTX, we talked about it, climactic sell setup, like it a lot. It might gap down already on Monday because it's reporting earnings, so that remains to be seen. A CARR, another climactic sell setup. Obviously, when it comes to a climactic move up, you want to see the bars get bigger and bigger, and you want the move to accelerate and go vertical. So you want the stock to be going up and going up, and then starts to accelerate, and then really go vertical as much as possible. The more, the better. The bigger that pop, the bigger the drop, right? So if you look at the BNTX, much better, right? Was up a lot, right? And then went vertical here. CARR is good, up a lot, accelerated a little bit, but not as accelerated of a move as the BNTX. Now I like it short under 55.90, 55.85, stop over 56.82. Target the 20 MA on the daily chart. Looks good on the hourly chart. See it on that curling 20. So it just needs to break under the base, stop above it, and target the 20 MA on the daily chart. CRIS, gap down a couple months ago, been basing, and we got a base breakdown right here. So I like it short under 684. Okay, 684. Tightest stop would be over 730, 731. Wider stop, but more secure would be up here somewhere, basically over the highest point in that base, 789 or so, no, 794. Let's just say $8. And then target on this would be, that's the first support area, around 520. So it has good amount of room. Has a good amount of room. That's the CRIS. SKLZ has a 1, 2, 3. Already triggered on Friday. Didn't get it, but I like it for tomorrow, for Monday. Okay, as a short, looks really lower. Who knows to where? I mean, it looks like it could just keep going. SKLZ, all right. SY has a daily sell setup. Short under 685. Stop over 731. So it's a 45-cent stop, and target all-time low. So I would expect it to make new all-time low. And then last but not least is the YALA, which I like short under 12.44. Stop over 13.87, about $1.40, 45, and the target would be around $9 maybe. This pivot right here. So decent short list, much better bullish list for tomorrow. Okay, well, that's been a kind of a long video, but I hope you enjoyed it. And again, if you found benefit, please be sure to hit the like button. If you have any questions for us, you want to find out how you can join me in the newsletter program, check the links below or email info@t3live.com. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend and good luck with your trading next week. Take care, everybody. Ciao.